I coached. We talked about that earlier. And that was tough for me. When I left coaching, I was like, I'm giving up on a big part of my life. I thought, oh my God, this is what I'm so purposeful about. This is what I'm meant to do. And really, it was just, like you said, the ability to have impact, purpose. Because I literally do the same thing. It's just with a different industry. Yeah. But I have more impact than I could ever imagine. All right, we are back for another episode of Just Like That, Only Different. I have a very special guest, Dianne Faligowski, here today. I'm gonna go ahead and use the word legend in the insurance space. And she's done so many cool things. I cannot wait to unpack it and walk through her journey of what's made her not only a powerful business leader, but just a powerful woman in general. So stay tuned. It's your first time in Nashville.
Yes.
And you took the red eye here last night.
Yes.
So red eye, you're getting on the plane. What does that mean? Like midnight?
Midnight, yes. Exactly midnight.
You're getting on at midnight. So travel to Dallas, got here. When did you land in Nashville this morning?
Around 9:15, I think.
9:15. Okay, so you've been in Nashville. Pretty soon you'll see the buses with the woo girls driving by.
Yes.
It's your first time, but thank you for being here and appreciate you being here and can't wait to unpack your story. But there's so much to unpack and I really want to kind of start and rewind back to when you were growing up and just talk to us about where you're growing up. It was not in the United States from what I realized this morning. So talk to us about what growing up as Dianne was.
Oh, well, it's a lot. You have 4 hours or 10 hours?
We got great editing, so we'll see.
Awesome.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Awesome. Amazing. So, yes, I am actually the 10th child.
Wow.
The 10th. I'm the youngest. And grew up with my parents. I remember my dad was in politics and my mom, we had farms, we had animals. So grew up, we have people helping us in the farm and everything. We have servants and everything. But my parents, I'm so thankful that my parents actually made us work. So even though we have people working with us or helping us, they made us work. And they really instilled in us that if you don't work, you don't eat. And it's one of those things that I really remember that I really need to work hard and give my best in everything that I do. So I remember we have to wake up. My mom will wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. She'll say a prayer over us, her kids, and then she'll get up and start working already. And then I'm like, go to bed, Mom. I was like, no, time to go to work. And then I'll get up around 6 and then I'll go feed the animals. I'll go bring the cows to the farm. I'll do my little thing. And then at 7 o'clock, I need to be in school. And then I get off at 5 o'clock p.m. and they do exactly the same thing. Work again, study a little bit, and then go to bed around 9. So
well, it's funny you say that because I said, why'd you take the red eye? And you're like, well, I don't like to waste a day at work.
Yes.
So it's obvious to me those traits followed you or have been instilled with you at a young age. So growing up, it sounds like you had an affluent family growing up or a wealthy family overall?
I mean, in the Philippines, doing well, I would say. Yeah.
Gotcha. And you're from the Philippines.
I'm from the Philippines.
Just want to establish that. Okay.
Yes.
But discipline was a huge part of your upbringing.
Yes. And faith.
Yep. And faith.
That's pretty big deal for my mom.
Yep.
She always feel like I remember people will always come to our house and like trying to grab food or borrow some of our vehicles. And I always wonder like, why are we giving all this stuff to people?
Yeah.
And my mom always says, you know, what we have is God. So what we were given, we have to bless others with it. It's not for us to keep. We have we are blessed to be a blessing to others.
Yeah.
So that type of generosity really opened my eyes that whatever I will achieve in life, whatever I'll do, I will have to share it with others because that's how much God has loved us.
Yep.
And it's not for us to really keep, but to share to others, whether that's skill set, whether that's, food or vehicles or whatever we have to share it to others. And that's true fulfillment.
Yeah. So discipline, generosity, that was a huge part of your upbringing. What else did you? I don't know much about the Philippines, honestly. So I just want to be clear on that. Was there sports or other things in your background, or what other things in your upbringing?
So growing up as the 10th child, the youngest child, looking back, most of my siblings were pretty smart and successful in their own ways. So there's kind of like this bar of, if your last name is Pascual, you gotta like really like work hard to get there. You have to live up to the name.
Yep.
So that really pushed me. Like, I don't want to be an embarrassment to my family, or I want to represent my parents rightly. And so I did well academically. I did better in sports, but I have to do both together to excel on both. So I did track and field, I did volleyball, I did chess. High school, college, I did
chess. Okay.
Chess, yes. Yeah, chess, yes. I did varsity for swimming and basketball in both high school and college.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where'd you go to college at then?
In the Philippines, University of the East, and full ride scholarship. I remember waking up again at 5 o'clock in the morning, work out 3 to 4 hours before class, and then after you do the same exact thing. I don't even remember a time that I went vacation, to be honest.
Really?
Like from grade school to college.
So do you still get up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
4 o'clock, yeah.
4 o'clock every morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like instilled in you, ingrained in you?
Yes.
Are you an early sleeper?
Not really. I mean, I'll go to bed maybe 11, 12.
So you take 4 or 5 hours and you're running, because you're high energy right now.
Yeah.
You're just stepping off a red eye.
Absolutely.
I can tell you never stop smiling, like you're always going.
Yes.
So that was just developed at an early age and it's never left you.
Yes. And I think it's a matter of choice too.
Yeah.
So every morning you are presented with 2 decisions.
Yep.
You have 2 decisions to make, right? You either walk in your purpose to the light that you are, or you walk into your darkness. You listen to this negative voice. There's always a negative voice that's telling you, oh, the bed is comfortable. Oh, you're not meant to do that. Oh, you're a loser. Oh, this negative talk, right? And you're presented with both. And you gotta choose that you are born to do great things. But that takes decision, that takes choice every day. But if you do this every single day, you will become that greatness that everybody aspired to be. But it takes a long time of everyday discipline, of persistency. And the last thing you know is like, that's why people always say it's about the journey.
Yeah.
It's not about the destination. Yeah, it's great to be on the top of the mountain, but a lot of people neglect the journey, the day-to-day mundane things that you gotta do, that you have to make a choice every single day.
Well, I want to keep going through the journey.
Okay.
So what I've studied under some, Renee Rodriguez always talks about 9 to 13 being some of the most influential years of your life. Was there ever any struggle for Dianne, like pre-18? Was there ever any like hardships or anything like that you had to fight through?
I think the biggest thing for me, if I remember, was my parents were really busy.
Yep.
They didn't have a lot of time to watch my games, like, in school and things, but they've always like this expectation that you gotta do great in life.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm privileged or anything like that, but they always instilled in me that everything is earned.
Yep.
If you do your best, God will take care of the rest. So I think I have that struggle of, is what I'm doing plenty enough to please my parents, to please God that has blessed me so much, know? That's why I have this insatiable thirst of always going so hard in anything that I do, because I didn't want to disappoint my parents and, my God that has given me so much, Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. As soon as I met you this morning, you can just tell right away. It's just like everything you do is full speed. Yes. And I mean, I resonate with that. So I'm like, let's go. This is going to be a fun one today. Yes. And those that cannot see your outfit, I think it's a cool outfit. Like you just got great energy. So that's awesome. So it sounds to me like, do you feel like you're still proving yourself to this day? Yeah.
Yes. I feel like people always like, oh, why don't you retire? You're set. I'm like, no, I think once you get into this knowing and realizing that you are born to be a very impactful person in your own world, the people that you meet everywhere you go, you don't need to be a senator or president or Jeff Bezos. You don't need to be that type of people, but in your own right, you could be that great person that can make an impact. And that's for me now is my goal is everything that I do, I gotta make an impact. I cannot waste time, and time is energy. And if I die tomorrow, I'll die happy. I always think about that, you know.
It's a good way to put it. If you die tomorrow, would you be happy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Go all in.
No, I love that. And I mean, I always said, I coached, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And that was tough for me. When I left coaching, I was like, I'm giving up on a big part of my life, a big impact. I had an impact on all these kids.
Yeah.
But now I coach insurance agents every day and I still have a big impact. It's just in a whole different, well, it's really not. It's really the same thing, just a different industry.
Yes.
So it's been a cool full circle.
That's awesome.
So college, just growing up, it sounds like you've always been hardworking. You're always trying to prove yourself.
Yes.
And are you close with your family now? Are you still close with them? Are they still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my family are my sister's in Canada. Some of us are here.
Yeah.
Some of my siblings are still in the Philippines. They have farms, they have businesses there.
Yeah.
So they're doing all of them are entrepreneurs and business people.
So this is your family is definitely a business family. Like it sounds like everybody's pretty involved in some type of business.
Yeah, but you know something though that people don't realize. So I grew up with this, but in the Philippines, right?
Yep.
But I was a very introverted person.
Yeah.
I am a very private person. I love being with myself, read a book, and just be alone.
Yep.
So when I got introduced in insurance coming into the U.S., my dad's like, go out there and achieve that American dream. You're going after the milk and honey. Go out there.
Yeah.
And I got here, and I assure you that a lot of immigrants, they think when they step to the United States, everything's handed to you.
Yeah.
It's glamour. It's you get all of these. It's like no. I have this shock realization. Wait, I actually need to work. I actually need to start from the very bottom.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to do 2 to 3 jobs, fresh from college. I have to do odd jobs like caregiving and waitering and working at a mail station.
So real quick,
packages.
College and then
I came to the U.S.
Okay, so that was at what age roughly?
20.
20.
Yes.
Okay. So you finished college pretty early then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So finished college, overachiever, shocker.
Yes.
Finished college, came to the U.S.
Yes.
Okay, so I have this vision in my head of you flying into New York, stepping off the plane. Where did you fly into?
California.
Yeah. Okay. And did you have a plan at that point?
No, I have no idea. My expectation is I'm going to come here. I'm going to have a lot of money. I don't know how, but for some reason I felt like coming here that everything is just going to be handed.
Yeah. Why did you come here?
So my mom petitioned us to come here. So she was here way, way before. I think it took 12, 15 years to get our visa.
Your mom was already here?
Well, my mom was already here. My sister petitioned her. And then my parents lived here for a bit. But it took 12 to 15 years for our visa to get approved. So we were living in the Philippines while my parents were in the U.S. It takes a long time to get your visa approved.
Yeah, my best friend, Chris, you'll meet him this weekend. He's from England.
Yeah.
And he just became a citizen a year ago.
Yeah.
He's been here for 20 years.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I had to write some stuff for him, so I know part of that process.
Yes.
So you petitioned for that, okay, and made it to California, but you wanted to come here because your mom was here, or?
Oh, obviously, everybody wants to come to the U.S. for that American dream, right?
Yeah.
To have that.
Well, that's.
That
I mean,
life.
for me, that's different because I was born here, whatever you want to call it. Explain what that means to you. That doesn't resonate with me as much.
Yeah, and I feel like when you think about the United States, it's the richest nation in the world.
Yep.
It's a land of opportunity, milk and honey, like what the Bible says. For me, what American dream is to have this independence of financial is a big one, to have a lot of money, and also to have the freedom, flexibility to do whatever you want at any time, and to make that huge impact in the world, whether with your finances or with your skill set or what have you. So for me, probably because money is power, I came here for that. To have, to achieve, to be somebody too, to have achieved something that I could be proud of, that my parents could be proud of.
Would you consider yourself somebody in the Philippines when you left? Did you feel like you achieved everything you could there? type deal?
I feel like I did. I did the best I can. I, sent myself to college, full scholarship, full ride scholarship. And I did the best I can there. But, coming from a third world country, there's not much opportunity to advance so rapidly. United States, it's like, I feel like this is a level of playing field. Anybody could be an entrepreneur in this country and can make it happen.
Yeah.
It just all based on your hustle and so many other things, but this is the land that you can make things happen.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I was making $2,000 a year living on a couch 10 years ago. A lot of things have changed since then, and really it's just from hustle at the end of the day.
That's funny you said that, because I remember I was in Washington. I was working for my cousin. They were paying me, I think, $50, $100 a week, just, super part-time. And I was very happy then. I was like, oh, great, I've got some cash coming in. And I would date some guys, and I will tell them how much I was making. And I wouldn't get a call back. Yeah. And I was like, what the heck? Am I ugly? What's going on? And people are like, Dianne, you probably don't want to say how much you make, because if you're making that's a week, $50, $100 a week, they probably think that you're really poor, that they don't have a future with you. And that really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Kind of like this extra motivation. I'm like, okay, like
Proving
I'm going to be
again.
somebody.
Yep.
You haven't seen me yet,
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody needs to know you have to start somewhere. We all have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if you're faithful and you work hard, and being faithful for what you do in that current moment where you start somewhere, eventually your break will come, the opportunities will come, right? If we're not super entitled, because sometimes we could be super entitled. Oh, I deserve this, I deserve that. I'm like, no, we don't deserve anything.
Right.
Everything's earned.
Yeah. I'm of the same belief. Yeah. So you've got here, landed in California, and you had no idea what you're going to do at that point?
No.
So what did you do?
So I did, it's funny, I did landscaping, I did waitering.
What's back up? Landscaping, like were you carrying rocks? Or
I was helping my brother-in-law he had a landscaping business. So I was like, okay, great. Because you cannot really apply anywhere, because I didn't have any background of work. Yep. I just basically graduated from college, right? And then my cousin's like, hey, come help us, work at this. They have this kind of like FedEx style of business where we mail packages and stuff. So they have this store. So I worked there for a little bit, right? And then eventually I was working like 2 to 3 jobs. I'm like, this is United States. This is what's happening right now?
Right.
Like, this cannot be it.
Yeah, it was not what you had drawn up in your head.
I'm like, if I will not make a change, I will be working my butt off until I die. Yeah. There's no progress in what I'm doing.
So you were working a lot of odd jobs together, landscaping. Yes. What else did you say?
Waitering. And then
where were you waitering at? Do you remember?
The mailing. It's like a Thai place. I don't even remember. Yeah. I've never done any of those before.
Yeah.
I was doing farm work.
Yeah.
My parents made me work. But after that, thankfully, my sister, who's been here 20 years prior, she's like, hey, you should do insurance. I was like, insurance? I have...
And what age is this?
Probably 22.
So you've been here for a year or two? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then your sister introduces you to insurance. Was she in insurance?
Yes.
Okay.
So she started doing life insurance.
Yep.
And she says, oh, I think you should do this. I was caregiving then. And doing caregiving work, and she's like, you should do it, you will make renewal income. I'm like, renewal income? It's like, explain that more. It's like, you'll get paid over and over again for the work that you do today. You'll get paid for years and years. I'm like, okay, sign me up, as long as it's legit, it's not illegal. It's like, yes, absolutely. And I was like, oh man, I do have an accent. So I was like, how does that work? People will be, they think I'm from the Philippines, and they think I'm calling from India or whatsoever. That, again, those voices that we really have to not listen to, right? There's always this doubt.
The stories we tell ourselves.
The stories
are crazy.
That creeps in. It's like, don't listen to it. So I got into it, and it was a struggle in the beginning.
It was life insurance?
Yeah, life insurance. I wish I could tell you that, oh, I did awesome the first year. It was such a struggle. I would cry. I would remember I'd go drive. We'll go to really, 2 to 3 hour drive of a place, because usually when you go out of town, you'll get a much better results. You know, people are more friendly compared to if you work in the city. So.
And where were you living at this point?
In Portland.
Okay.
Oregon. Yeah. So I would cry almost every day. I'd drive and I would go to someone's door. I'll go back to my car because I did not have the boldness to go in. And then I would go pray, Lord, please help me, just one person at a time. And then I'll go, and then, I would literally go back and forth before I get into someone's house.
Yeah. Right? So you were door knocking at this time?
Yeah, I was door knocking. I was doing everything, calling all the time. And it was a struggle.
The best salespeople in my mind door knocked.
Oh, absolutely.
It teaches you everything. Did you?
Oh.
I did another podcast earlier, and we were talking about the first door. Do you remember the first door you knocked on?
No.
Do you remember the first sale?
No.
No. Okay. Honest answers. I just remember the first door I knocked on. Somebody answered it. My throat went into my gut, and it's like I sounded very timid. The words didn't come out right, and I was just. He's like, "No, thank you, man." I was just like, Went back to my car, and it's just freaking out. But I also remember my first sale, and my point being is when you're door knocking, it just teaches you so much about sales and rejection and all those different things. So what was your experience with door knocking?
Well, I feel like door knocking is definitely the hardest thing to do in this business.
Yep.
But once you realize that people don't bite, people actually are genuinely nice, most of them.
Yep.
You will run into some people that are not nice because it's not.
With anything. It doesn't matter if you're door knocking.
It's never about you anyway. It's whatever going through in their life.
Yep.
Don't take it personal. And I love door knocking. I wish we could do that with Medicare, but we could not do that. But I love door knocking with life insurance. I eventually got good at it. For me now, it's a challenge. It's like I want to prove myself that I could do it, that nothing stops me from my American dream. So I embrace hardship. I embrace looking back to how much our parents always made us work so hard.
Yeah.
And that actually built that discipline in me and make me accountable to not waste my life and not waste my time. So door knocking is one of those hardest things. But once you figure it out, people actually are lonely. They need a human being to talk to. And it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
When you put your heart and your passion to what you do, I always young kids I want to be passionate on what I do. I don't know if I can do insurance, or I don't know if I could do this. I'm like, no, you put the passion to what you do.
Right.
You decide what you want to do because all of us genuinely want to make an impact in this world.
Yeah.
That there's the thirst and hunger that God put in our heart. That you want to make a difference, that you are made for a purpose, right? Yeah. And once you put that love and passion and realizing that you have a purpose in this world, that's where your true fulfillment is, not money per se.
Yep.
It's making an impact in people's lives. And once you realize that and knowing that, oh, wow, I'm actually born to make an impact, I'm actually born to make a difference, then you will love what you do.
Yeah.
But the thinking of, I need to find something that I love what to do. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, when I was coaching, I thought, oh my God, this is what I'm so purposeful about. This is what I'm meant to do. Mm-hmm. And really it was just, like you said, the ability to have impact and purpose.
Yeah.
Because I literally do the same thing. It's just with a different industry. Yeah. But I have more impact than I could ever imagine. So, and like you said, that's what fulfillment is. So you love door knocking, sitting with people face to face. How long did you door knock for?
I would say, it was a habit. Probably 3-4 years.
3-4 years?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did the life insurance and then we transitioned to Medicare.
Yep.
Because my sister's
So you were running this business with your sister?
Yes.
So it was just you. And where is she out of the 10? Where does she rank?
She's the third child.
Third child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she still in the business?
Yeah, she's more retired now, obviously, because of renewals. But
was she a business partner of your and your company?
No, she was actually more. We were independent from each other.
Yeah.
We never really worked together.
But you guys
like
just
she got me into it.
each other.
Yeah, she got me into it. She mentored me, and then I basically built my own agency, and then she stayed like as a personal producer.
Yeah.
And we got into Medicare. She's like, hey, Medicare is actually, really good on renewals, and you work with older folks and they're nice and they're more fun. And I'm like, oh, I like that, So
it seems like she brought the ideas to you, then you just went rocketed them and took them to another level.
Yeah.
So I remember you said you're making like $100, $200 a week, right? Mm-hmm. You're going on dates and all this, and you're wanting to prove yourself now. So doing life insurance, transition to Medicare, were you making six figures at that point? Were you having success after 4 years in life insurance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think my first year I did $65,000 on life insurance, and then the second year, like I hit like 120, 140. Yeah. And
you said you struggled in your first year? I wouldn't call that struggling. I mean, that's most people would take that every day.
Because again, the bar is so high, right? And because the bar is so high. And I think too, like, not only that the bar is so high, it's that you have to work on your self-belief.
Yeah.
There's something about that, right? And the doubt always creeps in almost every day.
Yep.
But if you actually speak life to yourself, I can do this. I believe in myself. I'm equipped to do this. I will make an impact today. Declaring your words brings life to you.
Yep.
And it builds your faith and your belief in yourself.
Do you do daily affirmations, right? Speak to yourself, anything like that?
I do speak life to myself.
Yep.
I do declare things because there is power in our tongue. Yep. The Bible speaks about the power. We actually have the power and authority that God has given us. And that's why I'm now, more than ever, I'm careful with my words. I don't say anything bad about anyone or anything nowadays, because there is life. Whatever we speak about, we think about, it comes about.
Yeah.
So, and if we, like, for folks that are genuinely like maybe trying hard and you're not being successful, maybe start really, declaring truth about yourself, that you are born to do this for a purpose and you have everything in you to make it happen. It's a choice every day.
Yeah.
And you got to be accountable to yourself. Or if you cannot be accountable to yourself, find a mentor that is better than you, that have done it. You can shortcut your success if you find a mentor. It's totally worth it. I pay for a lot of conferences every single year because I want to equip myself with everything that I can to be a champion, to be successful. Yeah. Like you're a coach. You're not coaching to lose. You're coaching to win. And that's what life is, constantly improving yourself.
Yeah.
In courses and people like you, being here. I'm so honored and blessed to be here.
Likewise.
I'll be learning a lot of stuff from you. So I'm always a student of the game.
Yeah.
I never stop learning. Yeah.
Yeah. So who are some of those mentors to you?
Well, I would say Jesus. Obviously, I believe in Jesus, so I always speak to him daily.
The best mentor.
He's the best mentor. He's given me my life and saved me and empowers me to do what I do. Mm-hmm. Tony Robbins, actually, I bought his CD. He has this, it was like $900, I remember, and I was not making much money then, but I knew that I have to invest in myself, right?
And how much did you value that when you didn't have much money, you spent $900 on that? I bet you just worshiped that.
Oh, yeah. I listen to it every day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember how many years I listened to it. It's every day. As I read my Bible, I pray, I listen to that anywhere I go. As when you're driving, oh my gosh, you can learn so much while driving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
so many podcasts, so much information.
So much information. You can, instead of listening to music, I listen to music. Yes, I do that too. But man, we can learn so much. So I was listening to Tony Robbins every day.
Yep.
Every day. Because I needed it. I needed to build this self-belief. I needed this positive affirmation to myself that I am born to do this, because I think all of us experience doubt, experience inadequacy for the most part when we're starting,
Yeah. Any other big mentors?
Obviously, my sister mentored me in insurance. There's quite a few mentors along the way. Ron Kellogg, Ty Brady. They've been huge in, being a mentor, but I think every day, probably my Bible and Jesus, that's the biggest one for me.
Biggest one. Yeah. Awesome. And just the part where you said you invested in yourself in conferences. I mean, I didn't do that for 5, 6, 7 years. In the last 3 or 4 years, I've went all in on it, and it's changed my life. We always talk about it. It's not how, it's who. The who's will always teach you what you need to know. So that's awesome. So you're making a couple $100,000 in life insurance. Sister comes up with another idea. She says, let's go the Medicare route.
Yes.
And how old are you at this point?
Oh my gosh. I would say 26, 27.
26, 27. Yeah. So you transition to Medicare.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what a lot of our viewers are, is in the Medicare space.
Yes.
So was this Medicare Advantage primarily?
Yeah.
Medicare Advantage. And I know we're going to get into this. You have a lot of different strategic partnerships is what I call them, with churches, with local charities and all that type of stuff. But starting out here, you get into Medicare. What's that like?
I was shocked because I was like, oh, it's easy because they don't need to pay a premium, right?
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be slam dunk because I'm used to collecting $100, $200 a month premium, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be easy. Nope. I was wrong. And again, I was like, faced with the reality. I was like, oh my gosh, this is extremely hard because it's so regulated.
Yep.
I think I got in and door knocking wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
And you cannot just show up in people's homes.
Well, I did door knock Medicare, but I was doing Medicare Supplement and Sup Health. So we weren't doing Medicare Advantage. Yeah. So that was, I did that for about 4 or 5 years, but no, we weren't doing MA. We weren't a MA shop at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I couldn't, because the guy that recruited us is from Idaho or somewhere. And the support was very limited.
Remember the name?
I don't remember his name. But he was a very nice guy. But the support wasn't really there. So we were just like trying to figure out on our own.
Yeah.
So I was actually like, I wish I could tell you I succeeded, but I was like, this is extremely hard. I don't want to get in trouble. So that fear, I think has overtaken me. And so we were not doing well. So I actually reverted to work for Nationwide Insurance, which is at home and auto. I got licensed 45 states.
So you went away from Medicare for a while.
Went away from Medicare, yes.
Well, let's back up real quick. You were killing it in life, it sounds like.
Yes.
So you went from life to Medicare.
Yes.
And then went to Nationwide.
Yes.
Completely away from all that stuff.
Yes.
So that had to be like a little disheartening or struggle point there, I would assume.
Yeah. I was, there's humble, things happen to humble you,
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm so good now. And then life humbles you, or God humbles you, and it's for your own good all the time. It all depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that happened. So I was able to work for Nationwide. I was licensed 45 states, and I was talking to different people all the time, every single day. And I believe that God has brought me to that type of work to talk to more people, like to really maybe work on myself more, to be able to communicate more. And I'm grateful that I was able to work with them, I think, for 2 years. And then they laid me off. And then I got into commercial business insurance. And then I got into car accidents that got me into disability, actually.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got in a cut. So you're working at Nationwide. You get laid off, and then you get in a couple of car accidents. Yeah. So it's like a roller coaster. You're at the top. You're making a couple $100,000, and you're back down here.
Yes.
I mean, that had to be a pretty low point.
Yes.
On the American dream that you're trying to build here at that point. So how'd you get out of that, or what'd you do?
So the car accidents really, it wasn't my fault, thank God. So I was rear-ended twice. One was by
two separate times.
Wild. Whiplash, and one guy was high on drugs, so 2 of them. And the doctor was like, I still feel a little bit of pain now on my back, but the specialist like, we need to put you on long-term disability. We need to really have a major surgery on your back. And I was like, no, you're not touching my back. I will heal. God will heal me. I will tough it out. And he's like, but I can put you on disability long term. And I said, no, I'm not going to accept that. That is not my fate. That is not my destiny. I am not here to be disabled and not do great things. I reject that. I do not agree with it. And so over a year and a half of doing therapy, PT, OT, you name it, acupuncture, massage, and all the stuff I did a lot of natural stuff too, herbs and all that stuff. I made a decision. I said, okay, it's either I'm going to stay at home and do nothing and just be in pain every day. Because I think pain is more magnified when you're not doing anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that loss of purpose and loss of life, it almost like you died.
Yeah.
I felt I died. I'm like, I cannot die,
Right.
In my mind, I'm better off dead because I'm not functioning. I'm not doing anything for anybody. Right.
No purpose.
No purpose.
Yep.
So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back out there. So I went back to Medicare.
Why back to Medicare? Fight. The only thing that didn't work for you. Why back to Medicare?
So I was like, okay. I'm like, that mountain that I wasn't able to climb, I'm going to climb.
As a person,
I'm going to finish that
yourself.
Mount Everest. I'm going to finish that Mount Everest, that climb that I retreated and defeated. I'm going to come back and make it happen this time. With God on my side, I'm going to make it happen. And again, this belief of telling myself and telling the mountains to move and telling no one can stop me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it happen. So the big difference with, I think, my enthusiasm getting back to Medicare this time was I was humbled. And I think that because of what happened, I have more of gratefulness. I had it so good. And I think I became cocky too because I was doing good in life insurance and I think I'm invisible. I can do anything.
Right.
Like, no, life will humble you. And so going back and again, not accepting my faith of not doing anything and be on disability and just relying on the government and relying on my husband to, the main provider. And I felt like I have so much to give, So the big difference though is coming from gratefulness and coming from.
Did you get married in between this time? Did I miss that?
Yeah. Around 2022, I think we got married. 22 or 23.
Okay. And
22 years now of marriage. Yes.
Okay. So how old were you when you got married?
23 or 24.
Okay,
yeah.
So pretty early on. Okay.
Yeah.
We missed that part. We just want to plug the old hubby in there.
Yes,
marriage.
Yes.
Got it.
Very fortunate. He's my better half. That's why I call him better half because he is crazy enough to put up with a crazy one like me, always trying to achieve the hard things in life, always trying to do.
Yeah, there's got to be some balance there. I would assume he's a little more chill than you.
He is so chill.
Yeah.
Thank God. God knew what he was doing when he brought him into my life.
Same thing with my wife. She is the chill one of the two of us. Thank God. Somebody
has to be chill because you cannot be both.
Yeah.
I dated a guy that were both like this. I'm like, no. This does not work. Somebody has to balance it off.
That's why I have a lot of ex-girlfriends. They were too much like me.
It doesn't work.
No. So sorry, I kind of got derailed there, but wanted to get the hubby in there. So, I mean, you're going through a lot of different things, but you're proving yourself again.
Yes.
You're saying, hey, I'm going to take it down this time. So how does that work?
So I got back, and then one of my closest friends, Stephanie, good thing she was working with a dual company. They do a lot of community events and all of that. I'm like, hey, I'd love to do all of these. I'm always so passionate about helping people. Again, I remember when we were in the Philippines, our house was always welcome to the poor people to come and grab food and do all that stuff. And so I got plugged in to do grassroots marketing, which is very involved heavily with the homeless shelters, a lot of the low-income clinics, low-income housing, everything. We did a lot of everything that you could think of that is serving the low-income population.
Very impactful what you were doing.
Super impactful. I was so grateful that I'm able to talk to so many people, homeless people in Portland that were doing well. A lot of them were just doing so well in life. And that's just life hits them and drugs happen or divorce happen.
They weren't able to come back.
They were not able to come back. kind of like, I was like thinking I have such empathy with them because I've gone through it. I thought I was all it, and God humbled me as like, I have this realization that, you know, you have to have this heart for people that are struggling and people that.
So you were really finding a lot of impact through your Medicare practice was a very impactful one. You were doing a lot with homeless shelters, just charities, churches, a lot of local driven stuff. Which makes sense why you and Tony Holland resonated. That was a lot of his practice growing up. Very similar story there. Okay, so that's how you relaunched your Medicare, was more focused on the local grassroots, and you were able to have a lot of impact, which was really important to you.
Yeah.
And you had your generosity tied in there too.
Yes.
So everything was clicking now.
Yes.
So how is that rocking and rolling?
Well, yes. I think that coming back to Medicare, sometimes, you know, God always put in us this greatness. It's built in our DNA to be great. Yeah. But you have to go through such hardship and such refining. They call it like a gold, right? You gotta be refined, or diamonds, right? Yep. You gotta go through all this to refine your attitude, to refine maybe your soul, you know, and to be ready for the big blessing. Because a lot of times, if you're not ready for the big blessing and for the big triumph of your life, it could burn you. Yeah. It could ruin you, you know. And we see quite a bit of people like that. They have such massive success and then they go away, or they kill themselves, or they go crazy, you know. So I was so grateful that I was able to come back to Medicare, making the most impact I've ever had in my life. And then also building this 90-bed senior care facility, which I wouldn't suggest do not build a building.
Talk about that. So you're building your Medicare practice.
Yes.
Is it just you at this point, or do you start having a team?
Yes. We were having team. Yes.
So were you just were hiring agents or bringing on, how many people are in your umbrella right now? How many people are in your downline, your agency, all that stuff?
There's not a lot of us because we're just highly focused in Oregon. Yeah. Yeah. So I think one of the probably regret that I have is I was very picky on who I bring to my team. Most of my team are friends or some relatives, you know, because I want to make sure that, for one, they don't come in with $sign in their forehead. Yeah. They come in with this purpose-driven type of, because if you focus on serving first, the rest will come, money will come.
Especially, I feel like in that market, you really have to be purpose-driven first. Or
you have to be patient.
You can be putting people in the wrong plans or doing the wrong things if you're doing it for the dollars or those types of things.
Correct. Yeah. So I think that we got to be careful, especially this industry. We owe it to our seniors, which we serve, to really do what's best for them, because this is when they will need the health plan the most. And for us, we're not transactional agents. We serve our clients for the rest of their life. I always tell them, you're a family now. Welcome to our family. Yeah. You're going to have us, you know, we can be a resource to you. We're not only going to help you with your health plan, with your claims and any of that. We'll advocate for you. And if you need other stuff, if we cannot help you, we'll connect you to our partners that can help you with your food stamps, with, your Medicaid, whatever that might be. We've built this ecosystem that we are there to serve. The state of Oregon even gave me a grant since 2014. They give me money to help Oregonians with their health plan. Yeah. I mean, a private entity. Yeah, that's to be endorsed by the state of Oregon, and we can, use their logo. And they just renewed my contract for 2 years. Wow. Yeah.
So you're highly focused in Oregon. Yeah. Or do you have any clients outside of Oregon?
A few here and there, like Texas, California. But gotcha. Oregon is like, I felt like, because if you know about Oregon during COVID times, is, homelessness is houseless, lots of folks, and that's a lot of addiction and drugs and all of that. There's a lot of things that needs to be made to help that demographic.
Well, they got the right woman over there. Yes. For sure. So you're building out a team at this time, and then this came out of left field. I'm gonna build a skilled care facility,
assisted living facility.
Assisted living facility. Yeah. I don't even know where that comes from. So to walk me through what happened there.
So I was actually signing up a business and they have employees. And I'm like, hey, we should. And she's like, hey, I'm actually trying to build another building, but I don't know if I have the energy for it. I'm like, oh, I can help you. Maybe I can help you with the sales or marketing. She's like, oh, yeah, sure. Let's partner up. And I'm like, so we partnered up without realizing that I will be managing most of it.
Yeah.
From the SBA loans. We have to go through 2 SBA loans. We have to go through 2 builders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took 5 years to build this building. I mean, it wasn't a joke.
How big is it?
90 beds, so it's about 50,000 square feet.
Yeah, big building.
Big building. It's
and I assume the codes are way different with.
Oh my
healthcare.
goodness!
Yeah. It's got to be.
I cannot even tell you how. So it's funny. There were so many codes problems that happened along the way. So we were building this. So I'm still doing insurance on the side and building this building, and I have a coffee shop on the side too, and I have 3 boys. So. And I have a husband.
You seem like a boy mom. Yeah.
Yes. So we have to go through this. So we built the building, right? And it was built like March 2020. You know what happened March 2020? COVID.
Yeah.
I think it started in January and then I think exploded March, April during that time.
So you're building this during COVID.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We finally finished March 2020.
Yep.
And they will not give me a permit to run the business.
Because of COVID?
Because of the city and the county, for some reason, there's something that happened wherein they're all arguing that the building was built on the wrong spot, that we need to move the building 20 feet out because when we call 911, the fire trucks usually comes in. And because we were in a freeway, they need at least 20 feet of cushion to get the big fire trucks to come to the front of the building.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second, guys. The building is already built.
The codes.
We cannot move the building.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I have this wrestle with the city, with the county for like months and months. They were like, well, we emailed you. We told you you cannot build. I'm like, when did you email me? And then they like, oh, we emailed you in they emailed me a year before I bought the building. Okay, you emailed the wrong person because I bought the building a year after.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, okay. So I said, okay, somebody made a mistake here, not me, because I'm not the one. Because when you're building a building, the city inspect every step of the way. Yeah. And it's fully built. The building is fully built. And they're like, well, okay, we have
That should have been something addressed way earlier on in the inspection periods.
Yes. So they will not release permit.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, there has to be something here that we need to do. So I started to look at an attorney because we were not going anywhere. And we have a big loan of $100-something a month that we have to pay every month.
Yeah.
For the loan, for the building. So I said, okay, guys, I'm going to run out of money here. And I said, there has to be something that we could do. Because obviously somebody did a misstep, not me, because you guys are the one approving all of this. So we were able to get the fire chief to come because it's the biggest permit is the fire permit.
Yeah.
Once you get the fire permit, usually is the biggest one, and then you have the green light to open your business. So we went in there, we had a really good discussion, and that's when we found out that they emailed a year prior to me for us purchasing the land, and that's when we built. So then the resolution was, okay, let's mail the neighborhood. If nobody opposes for this building to be in there, then you're good. But then that's super risky because if someone says, no, I don't want that building in there.
Could just be one person?
Then it will prolong the process. I was praying so hard, Lord, please, nobody check their mail. Did
you go to their doors and talk to them or anything?
No. They have to mail, I don't know how many, but then the entire neighborhood must be mailed.
Yep.
That they're okay for that building to be there. Because now what they did is people cannot use the freeway to get into the building. They have to go around.
Yep.
Now. So we have to block the entrance. Only the fire trucks can come in the front. Everybody else had to go around. So it kind of disturbs the neighborhood a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why they have to do this ladder.
Right.
So again, that belief in the goodness of God and belief that everything will be fine. Again, it's all about faith and belief. You'd be surprised, like whether you believe in God or not, that belief, if your belief is 100%, it could actually move a mountain.
Yeah.
Right. So thankfully there was one person that's like, oh, well, I just want to make sure they will not park in front of my house. I'm like, no problem. We're not going to park in front of your house. Done deal.
Yeah.
That was all that came about from that letter. So we were like, okay, but that took from March until September. So one guy, so my son and I, which, he was in high school then, Andrew, we stayed at this building since March. This huge building, because we're afraid that people will come and vandalize it. It's such a pretty brand new building.
You lived in it?
We lived in it 24/7 for months and months. We were building furniture. We were building it with our hands because there's nothing I could do anyway. I have to wait till the permit gets approved. Yeah. So we were building furniture. I have to furnish this 50,000 square feet building.
Yeah.
But I kid you not. So this guy calls up one September morning. He's like, hey, Dianne, are you at the building? Yeah, I live here because I cannot leave the building. Because during that time, if you remember, Portland was known. There was so many businesses that got ransacked and vandalized and all that.
Looted and all that.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I can't have that. So we were living there the whole time.
Yeah.
So this guy's like, are you there? I'm like, yes, I'm here. He's like, I have something for you. Don't leave. So came. I buzzed in him like, okay, what is it? It's like, okay, this is a very special paper. He says, I don't know what you did. I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, you must be somebody. And I said, what do you mean? It's like, you know how many investors tried to build on this land and nobody could ever do it? You're the only one that made it happen. So and he says, you need to keep this, whatever happens in your life, whether you sell this someday or whatnot, you need to at least keep this. And I was like, okay, what is it? It was the certificate of occupancy. It was a green light to open the building for us now to get the licensing, to get people in, like seniors to come and live in the building.
Yeah. Wow. And how long was that from start to finish? You said 5 years?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
5 years. I will not build again. There's just too much bureaucracy.
What would that typically take if things didn't go wrong?
I think a year and a half, 2 years should be around.
Yeah.
But there were so many hurdles. There was like 2 builders we have to go through, 2 banks we have to go through.
Yeah.
Again, it made me realize, I think that when you're trying to achieve big things, it takes time. It's not a straight line, man.
and there's a reason that it's a big thing. Most people would retreat or stop or not go through, and that's what makes a big thing. A big thing is doing something most people can't because you did what most people won't.
That's why most businesses in America fail in the first year.
Yeah.
Like there's like a small percentage of businesses that actually makes it on their 4th year.
Yeah.
For those reasons, because it's not easy. It's not for everybody, but everybody, I think, has what it takes. It's just all a matter of choice.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. That's awesome. So you still own that building?
We sold it a year after. We sold it because it was so hard. I mean, we made money. I mean, we sold it for $15.5 million. But if looking back, I loved everything about it. I love serving. I lived there. The problem is I had to compromise my time with my family and compromise my insurance business. So I have to, make a decision, right? Because I was doing the hiring, the managing, everything. And I lived there.
Wow.
We had our own, we built a special apartment.
Sounds like you just did the job of 20 people, hiring, managing, and vetting.
The whole bit. That's why people are like, my capacity is this much. I'm like, no, you have no idea what your capacity is.
Yes, yeah.
Like if you're pumping 100 pounds right now, you work to 120, 150, you can be doing 350.
Yeah.
It's all about this. You have unlimited capacity.
Yeah.
If you believe in it, but if you don't, put the effort.
So you sold it in what year?
2021.
Okay.
Actually, before a year.
Okay.
We were profitable month 3. And then I had to go through 3 buyers.
Yeah.
And the premise is we cannot have COVID during that time.
Yeah.
And that was the thickest time with COVID.
Yeah.
Lots of seniors and facilities were getting COVID during that time. So my kids and I will spray the entire place with anything you can spray.
You guys are basically running a 50-bed facility.
90 bed facility. We have to be COVID free.
Yeah.
So we have to really like.
And assisted living, that was 55 and older, I assume, right?
Dementia.
Yeah.
We have dementia unit as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was a lot going on there. But where this was leading me to is you were acquired by Integrity right around the same time.
Yeah.
So you had some crazy stuff going on.
Yes.
Yeah, some big, liquidation events, life events, and just a lot going on.
Yes.
So, transition to that.
Yeah.
For those that don't know Integrity, maybe in your words, explain it and what kind of transpired there.
Yeah. So after we sold the facility, I was like, now what? I was like, I chilled because we sold it in September 2021.
Yep.
And then I was like, now what? Like, okay, I took a month off, a little bit. And I'm like, now what? Okay, now get back to insurance, Like automatically, because I kind of cooled off on insurance for a little bit just because I could not do all of it.
Yeah, just too much going on.
Too much going on. Too much challenge with the facility. It's like every day there's always something. I was sleeping like 3 to 4 hours a day at the facility. So then I got back in insurance, and then Integrity reached out. I don't remember how. But then I was like, hey, get back to me after I'm done with this facility, just because they reached out in 2021, actually. And Integrity, I wasn't fully aware what they are because I was so focused on the facility. But I know that they were a big giant trying to put all these big agencies together and buying or, having all these partners. And I said, I don't have time for that. And then eventually—
Who was the first person that reached out to you?
I think, if I remember, it was Steven, I think.
Steven Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And then when I got done, I talked to Kevin with Kellogg.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, how is it with Integrity, And he's like, oh, it's great. It's amazing. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll join. I don't know. And he introduced me back to them again, because I told them, hey, I'll get back to you. Because, a lot of people, they think it's easy to get in Integrity, but it's actually not. They have to get all your documents in the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Which I did not have time for during my facility time.
Yeah.
So I told them, I'll get back to you in a year or two. So I was very surprised of the due diligence that they have to do. I felt like they were going inside my intestine.
Yeah. Asking you everything about your business. They're buying you. They need to know what they're buying.
Yeah. The whole bit, every single dollar, where did it go?
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to get an offer, but to actually make it, to become a partner, I felt like everything that I've gone through prepared me for this big moment. Because for me, I wasn't really sure. I was like, oh, it's great to be a part of a big company like that. But for me, I'm driven by purpose and value and doing the right things, right? So I was not sure until I knew more of the leadership. So I told Steven, I got to know who I'm going with. I'm not being like somebody or being cocky or anything, but for me, money is secondary. It's more important to me that the company that I go with, truly care about what they do, that excellence, that type of service and generosity exists. And he's like, yeah, sure, come and join us. And I was fortunate enough to join the top of the top of, the Medicare insurance, FMOs, IMOs, and all of that. Ryan Kimball, Bill Cray, and a lot of other big guys in the industry. I was the only woman, which I was like, oh.
And a limo. Quickly tell me the limo story. So
yeah, it was fun. Oh my gosh. I had I would never forget that. It's like high school, with all these guys trying just
picking you up in a limo, recruiting you.
And you wouldn't believe that. Wow, these guys are normal people.
Yeah.
And they're actually really nice.
Yeah.
Never once that I felt like I was nobody, or I've never felt that, I felt so welcomed and valued, and they actually listened to me. So for me, I felt loved and seen.
Yeah.
So that was a huge thing for me to know that they actually care, and they're not, because again, if you look at other organizations, I think once you attain a high level of success, there's this cockiness that happens. There's this, oh, I'm somebody kind of thing that happens. And I did not see that when I hang out with them. And then knowing Brian Moore, Janie, Ann Wood, Ryan Kimball, I mean, they're all super nice people. And they're all, they care about the world. They care about the impact that we make. They care about our seniors. They care about our processes and systems. They don't do shortcuts. They do things with excellence and with integrity, right? To have that name of integrity, that we have to represent it rightly. And for me, I ended up like, wow, this is actually an honor to be a partner of integrity. One of the few women and one of the very few immigrants that will become a managing partner. So it was the singular biggest honor of my life that they chose me, that I was able to make it on their due diligence, which took a year.
It took a year from start to close.
Oh my gosh, like the amount of people that will interview you, from the finances to the lawyers to the compliance, all these things that they have to know about your business. And, it was a hard process.
Did you take the first offer?
No.
Never take the first offer, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And are you able to share, like, prior to doing the deal, like what kind of revenue you guys were doing or anything like that?
No.
I'm not prying.
You already know what that is if I give you, right?
I'm not prying into there at all.
Yes. Thank you. But it's good. I mean, it's for me, it's the biggest achievement of my life. It's the biggest honor of my life to be a part of Integrity, for all the good work that we're doing there. And there's no regrets. And it's an honor. It's a thrill of my life to be a part of it.
And do you feel like, starting on this story from start to finish here, just proving yourself was a big deal. Do you feel like that was a big moment of you proving to yourself what you could do?
Yes, that was a huge moment for me. I wish my parents were still around. They're both in heaven now.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're smiling down from heaven and say, hey, kudos, you've proven yourself. But we're not done yet. You know, I feel like we're just getting started. There's still a lot to do. There's still a lot of impact that we could make in this world. So
what is next for you?
I think, I'm still going to be here. If Integrity wants me to stay, being involved in the company. I love what we do, and to support, I think that Medicare, especially in the field of Medicare, I'm not sure if people know that this is the gold rush. If you're not in Medicare, you should be in Medicare. Not only that, there's like 12,000 people turning 65 every single day now.
Yep.
Imagine how many licensed agents that we have that service this population. There's not much.
Yep.
100,000 maybe.
And not only that, people that generally are quality agents, knowing what they're doing and doing the proper job. That really dwindles it down. So
that's servicing them properly. So this is the next gold rush. If you're not in it, there's so much opportunity. And for me, I love showing people how I did it, how, it's all about service. It's about caring about others. And it's about, being the vessel and being that conduit of blessing to others through insurance. You could be doing that with restaurants if that's what you want or whatever. But in insurance, you achieve two things: financial independence and purpose.
Yeah.
You feel fulfilled.
The American dream.
The American dream.
There it is.
That's what I came here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got it. And you still got it. It's obvious you got a lot left to do. A lot left to do. And I can just feel it that you got a lot to accomplish, and it's going to be cool to see what else happens.
Yes.
A couple of questions here, fire round. So we're moving on. These are just fun questions about you and your life.
Yes.
Just in terms of one of my favorite questions, what keeps you up at night? You don't sleep much, apparently.
Yeah.
But if you had to pinpoint something, is there anything that keeps you up at night?
That's what could I do more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how much more impact could I make?
Yeah.
How could I tell everybody that they are made for a purpose, that they are loved by God?
Yeah.
They're valued. Every single person is valued. That they are born to make an impact and to have that abundance, in health, in money, and all of that, because that's God's love for us.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say always do your best.
Yeah.
Give your best every single day.
Favorite book, favorite quote, anything like that?
Atomic Habits, Bible for one.
Yep.
Obviously, I read it every day. I listen to it every day. But besides the Bible, Atomic Habits, and the other one would be Unlock Your Deliverance. Is one of my pastor. My pastor actually wrote it, Catherine Crick. Let me talk about Atomic Habits first, because I think this is very fundamental to why I became, a little bit successful. Atomic Habits, you do not rise up to the level of your goals, but you fall based on the level of your system. Okay, so it's good to have goals, and it's good to know why you're here, why you're going to do insurance, because it's going to be hard. You need that why that move you, that will inspire you to move, because you want that big house, you want that vacation, you want to buy your parents a house, you want to have the financial freedom, you want to send your kids to private school. Okay, that's good why. But now, how are you going to architect your schedule to get there? What type of being you're going to be every single day? What type of belief you got to have? What type of attitude you got to have? What kind of schedule you got to have? So you got to have the system in place to get to your destination. That journey of refining how you're getting better every day. Everybody heard about the 1,000 rule, right?
Yep.
For you to be an expert on something, you have to have at least spend 1,000 hours. But why don't you start on 100 hours? In a year, if you spend 100 hours...
Got to get to 100 to get to 1,000.
Correct. 18 minutes a day. If you just spend 18 minutes a day to improve yourself, if you're in sales, how are you improving in your sales, right? If you spend 18 minutes, you will be 95% better than anybody else in your field. 18 minutes, that's not a lot. You have 24 hours. Okay, I'll give you 8 hours, Chase, of sleep. Okay? You have 16 hours left. Okay?
I need my 8.
Yeah, you need your 8. Okay. So if you think about it, 18 minutes, that's all you need to improve 95% in your field.
Our team, I believe so much in this. If you're a professional, pros train every single day. Our team, we train every single day at 8:30. And then some people have to train additionally depending on their performance. But I mean, we believe in everyday training.
Absolutely.
Just like a professional athlete, they train every single day.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you. And then one other thing I would say is belief lid. Yes. Our belief, the people we work with or the people that work for us, their belief is capped at our belief. Our belief lid has to be so high.
Yes.
Because that's as high as anybody underneath us can believe.
Yes.
Or anybody that works with us can believe. Yeah. So I'm so right there with you on that.
Yeah. So I'm on the second book, which is the Unlock Your Deliverance book. This one has taught me so much about how to live in abundance. And whether you believe in faith or not, or believe in God or not, you should anyway. There is a creator out there that built you, that created you for a purpose, and he wants what's best for you. So again, this book, really Unlock Your Deliverance, is unlocking your full potential, your abundant life that God has for you. So meaning like every single day, there's this negative thought, the enemy, which is the spirit of darkness, or that negative voice that comes to you and lies to you, that tells you you're not good enough. You're not built to do this. You're better off doing other stuff. You got to reject it every single day. You got to reject it and do not accept that, and believe that you have everything in you with God's help, that you will make it happen, and just consistently fighting that, rejecting that negativity, and don't allow yourself, and speak life over your life. Speak life about what you want to happen and believing in it, and God is with you, and you will make it happen together. God will make it happen. If you have such 100% belief, you could actually move a mountain.
Yeah.
But you got to be 100%. So that doubt, which I think cripples a lot of people, that doubt of not enough, whether trauma or what have you happen, but I think everybody experiences it once in a while. It's super important to speak life over ourselves so we can achieve the impossible. And if you have such even a faith of a mustard seed, it can grow in such huge tree, and you can achieve anything. I don't ever think that I will not achieve anything. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like anything is possible.
Yeah.
I'm in that state. Anything is truly possible. Nothing can stop me.
I think you've showed that, and your story has showed that, which is awesome. I really appreciate you being here. My last question, one of my favorites too. I don't know if you know who Morgan Wallen is, country singer. Okay, but he's got this thing before his show.
Okay.
He's playing stadiums, 75,000 people, but he brings somebody famous out with him to every show to like hype up the crowd. So if you had to pick people to walk out with you at your stadium show, who would walk out with you? Can be anybody.
Walk out like to cheer the audience, or
just your people that you would want next to you walking out for your big show.
Oh, it'll be my pastor, Catherine Crick.
Catherine Crick, your pastor?
Yes.
Awesome.
She's the one that wrote the Unlock Your Deliverance book.
Yeah.
That changed my life so much. Like this year, I've earned my confidence along the years doing all these different businesses and just really refined me for who I am today. But that book really, like what she's taught me is this belief that anything is truly possible and that you are in control. You can make a decision and life is a choice. Your feelings are always lying to you, which is very important to realize and recognizing that there is a spirit of darkness going after you and want you down. But there is a spirit of light, which is God, wants you to have an abundant life in every area of your life.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
You know?
Well, I mean, it's awesome to go from your story from start to finish. I mean, you came over here, you've literally accomplished everything you've wanted to accomplish. You got so much more to do.
Yes.
I really appreciate you being here. This week's going to be awesome.
Yes.
And just can't wait to get to know you better. And again, just appreciate you coming to Nashville and sharing your journey and all the insights and everything you've done with us. So thank you so much, Dianne.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah.